we're traveling right now, but we've put all of the Cometeer in here. We're gonna do the taste test. So we gotta let them all cool down. There are 4 different roasters: Clutch, Equator, Black and White, and Howl. And hopefully it's okay. But we got our boiling distilled water there. It's hard to do this when you don't have all the precision, but it's close enough.
This coffee better be good.
I don't know. So they're trying to figure out what's good, right? Like, what do you like and not like about some of this? So anyway, let's see how this goes. Cometeer is also very useful when you're traveling, because we could have made this into lattes. We could have made this into a lot of other stuff, but let's try to. You don't want to contaminate. The whole thing is we were able to put the Cometeer into the Yeti backpack, threw it in the Porsche, and we showed up at our friend's place, and now we're doing the tasting. We have no cupping spoon, but it's okay. It should be good. Ignore everything you feel about any of these roasters, by the way. Unbiased. You gotta be unbiased here.
Where's the rating for fucking burnt?
Hey, man. Hey, man.
After what I just tasted.
No, then you say high bitterness, right? Then we mark high bitterness.
Oh, God.
Well, you don't like one of them? Yeah, so, when you're on vacation, it's pretty convenient to be able to do Cometeer, but this is the best we can get. It's D?
My favorite is D.
D. Okay, that makes sense.
But I prefer A for daily drinking.
I think A, I need to try it again, but it feels like A is a little cleaner.
Yeah, I could agree with that. A is a very balanced cup, very sweet forward, pretty low acidity, while as D is like pretty acidity forward, super fruity.
Okay.
Very tasty.
And then between B and C, what are your? You can try B and C again.
Is that stringency? I hope not.
The first time you taste C, you said it was terrible. So
yeah, I'm still standing by that.
Okay, which one's less terrible then?
One kind of just tastes more intense than the other. I don't know how to
describe it. They both taste like chocolate and then just a bunch of bitters, and they're like heavy textured.
But like the C one is like closer to what I would expect to get from like good diner coffee.
Okay, and then what about B?
I don't know. B just tastes like it's like chocolate. It's less offensive. I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, that's probably more like your specialty chocolate. Like if you go to any of the shops we've been to this weekend and you order like a dark roast, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like it's not a well. Actually, if I keep drinking it, I think it's like going from sweet and high acidic coffee to that.
Yeah.
Kills my palate.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm just like sipping on it, it's actually pretty nice.
Uh-huh.
This C one is just I think I keep sipping it, and it's just like
it's not to your preference. It's bad.
No, yeah, it really tastes like diner coffee, like the big basket, like thermos coffee in the basket. Oh, yeah,
unless we've mixed these up and we our numbers are all wrong, our letters are all wrong. But I think at least you kept them in the same order when you're making them. Yeah. Okay,
it's in the same order.
All right.
So every pod was behind whatever they were. But yeah, I'd say D, then A.
D, then A. Okay, wait. I'm gonna try. Okay, so try A again. There's definitely that Cometeer flavor out of this. By the way, so there's something, if you did taste this, there's like kind of this extra layering. That's the Cometeer, kind of the processing on there.
Oh, that like kind of. It's not on the edge.
There's something in the very like back.
Okay. It's not like it's like almost astringency, right?
Yeah, but it's not. It's yeah. Oh, I see what you mean by C. None of these really have cooled down.
Well, they're pretty good.
Actually, I still think I like D the most. So I'm gonna take that out of context.
Brian likes D.
I like D. D is still my favorite. Some sort of like yellow fruit tropical thing going on here. And then A
You know what's really
A's acidity is not as refined. A's acidity is definitely more like integrated and blended in. It's not as upfront. So I think you picked up on that, and I think that's exactly what I'm experiencing here. I think D is like the most interesting coffee, and these two,
Yeah, it's just bitter and more bitter, dark and darker.
they taste very similar. Both chocolate, rounded, big body. I actually think there's more acidity in C than this.
Oh, I do pick up on that. It's kind of like one of those like citrusy chocolates.
Yeah, slightly brighter. This is just straight chocolate. The amount of acidity in this is kind of reminding me of like just bad brewed coffee, where you're like, okay, this is like a darker roast coffee that you just like messed up brewing, and then you're getting like sour notes in a dark roast. Whereas B here is definitely more of just chocolate all around. So it's like I'd rather have like full chocolate everything than like full chocolate with like a sudden peak of like acidity in there that just does, yeah. It's just kind of throwing me off because it's like 90% chocolate, then there's some acidity in it, and then it's just like not the
It's just like
nice acidity that we're getting out of A and D here. B is just much more like safe.
Yes, and all the data from the survey will be released. Once it's anonymized, it'll be tidied up and made available open source.
Dude, he had an exact hour long stream. What a god.
This is not supposed to be proprietary data. This is about us collectively learning together. That's the bit that gets me very excited about.
Okay, wait. I saw until like 20 minutes in, and then I had to.
This is a relatively simple sort of score sheet. There are other attributes that I think is extremely interesting.
Okay, let's see what he says.
And one of them, I'll say, is mouthfeel, texture.
I think we talked about all of that.
Words and tasting.
Yeah, but it's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not no, because he had to make it simple, and then we'll fill out the survey.
2%. Again, you're trying to almost divorce the presence of mouthfeel. It's got a lot of texture. It's very heavy from preference. You might like
I'd say this has the least texture. Oh, these two have like the most texture.
Most texture, but the texture is different. This is like a silky body. This is like a grainy body.
There's this roughness to this one, but then there's like roundedness. But this is like dark. They're both like dark chocolate. This is like dark chocolate covered some fruits in it. But I'd just rather do straight chocolate.
And I should explain most of the time what tasting notes really.
Tasting notes are fake.
It's all your imagination, which it basically is.
Hey, we have more coffee to drink later today. I don't drink too much.
Starting with the first one, and then going down, it gets worse and worse, and then I'm happy again.
But actually, like if I didn't know these roasters, and then you eventually revealed me the roasters, I would not be surprised that this is the way it is.
But like, actually, like drinking, and not fucking spooning it.
Okay, yeah. Without spooning.
This is a lot sweeter.
Like,
super sweet. Yeah, it's like a yellow fruit.
Yeah. I definitely get tropical fruit.
Some like nice acidity.
Yes.
It's not like crazy acidity. It's like, yeah, it's not like an orange. It's like the acidity you get from like, I don't know, a ripe fruit. The first one, it's also really sweet, very low bitterness, not that much acidity, but it's more like a darker fruit, like a plum or not an apricot. What is it? A fig. Yeah, it's like figgy notes. It's very nice. B is, yeah, it's like chocolate.
Yeah.
But
it's like rounded, man.
Well,
did it become sweeter?
No.
Or it became more bitter?
It's like 100% cacao chocolate. Where it's where it like dries out your mouth, and it's like you're like, where's the sweetness? There's no sweetness, but you still.
But it's just chocolate.
It's just like that. If you've ever had 100% cacao, like you would know what this tastes like. Yeah, that's what this is. But I mean, there are people who really like 100% cacao.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of them. I want like some sweetness in this. I think it balance out really well. This one, I don't know what to say. Like,
there's a linger on that I'm not a big fan of.
I don't know how else to explain it, but like strong diner coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Like diner coffee that doesn't, like, you know, diner coffee is kind of shitty to begin with, but like there's like some diners where they're like, their coffees are like super diluted and it's like a really thin, shitty coffee note.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's other ones that they just like dump coffee grounds into.
Oh,
their
yeah.
And it's like a strong.
Yeah, it's
coffee.
like high. Yeah,
like sip it.
So,
I'd say
I
go.
still let me do A to D.
No.
Do the other
What you should
direction.
do is you should do
A.
A B, and then
A, B,
DC.
C. Yeah. A,
So they'll
A,
palate
B.
cleanse in between each other.
Yeah. Down to A.
So
This does smell very sweet. Well, in the context of like against B, there's some sort of like breadfruit in here. Something. There's acidity in this, but the acidity is just still like very integrated. Very. I'm just gonna fill out my score sheet. Yeah. Very low bitterness. Okay. Yeah. You put 2 here. I would also put 2. The finish is pretty clean, relatively clean. There's this linger, but the linger is not like drying. The aftertaste is also not like rough or grainy.
no, it has a nice like sweet aftertaste at the very end.
B is just like it's just like not interesting to me. It's just like all chocolate.
Yeah, it's just 100% cacao. That's what it tastes like. Literally 100% cacao.
But the aftertaste is like, it's like what dark chocolate kind of just melts into just that bitterness.
Yeah, you have that like dark chocolate coating where it like dries your mouth a little bit, and you have like that little bit of texture left.
Like, I don't think this is the most bitter thing on this tasting. Yeah, it's not as sweet in here as I thought it when I was in it when it was warmer.
It's definitely like a one note coffee where it has that chocolate note and somehow it has nothing else.
I'll do D. D tastes like, oh, now I'm really picking up on D. Definitely tropical fruit. I definitely think this is like a naturally processed something. Like there's definitely some an anaerobic or a natural something real like kicked up there.
It's still like fruity. They both have that same sweetness, but it's a different kind.
Where the acidity is present is a lot different here. The acidity here is much front in D. In A, it is kind of just takes a little bit. It's a little more integrated. I would also say extremely low bitterness here. I actually think the acidity is much higher here. Like in the context of like 1 to 5 here. I still don't think, this is like the most acidic coffee. Obviously like it's within the context of all of this, of a Cometeer capsule. Ooh, yeah. Not a fan of C.
That I would like.
I don't know.
After drinking and like looking at the names, it makes a lot of sense. So I don't think we got it wrong.
Yeah, I don't think we got it wrong either. But yeah, I think the bitterness on this is very, very high. And I would say the acidity is a 2 here for me. D is my highest preference coffee as well. I think Equator C here is my lowest preference. So my palate here is pretty calibrated to yours because we're ranking things very, very similarly.
I mean, if you're ranking it from like 1 to 5 for the like Cometeer capsules, I think my scores would probably line up to yours.
Yeah, I'm just gonna preference it on like my personal preferences, right? So I don't like these two. I'm just gonna put them as 1. They're not to my preference at all. I also like, given the fact that this, I do prefer brighter presentations, I think this is kind of a little more developed than what I'd like, so I'll probably put this as like a 2. So, in terms of preferences, 1, 1, 2, 5. Maybe like, if I were to, I think I just like this one the most. I don't like these two, and this one's okay. But I'm also, I also have personal preferences as well.
Plumage versus George Howell versus Equator versus Black and White? Black and White, right?
Yeah, black and white.
Black and White.
Maybe I'm just biased because I love black and white.
I don't know.
But you've never had any of these. I don't think you've had any of these.
The only
roasters.
time I had Black and White was when Kaizen gave me a bag.
Oh,
but
right.
I never brewed.
Yeah, you probably never brewed black. You've probably never brewed any of these. These are Klatch is like LA.
I've had this.
We're Bay Area, so
Yeah.
Equator. You've had Equator.
I've never had George
Howell is
Howell.
Boston.
Okay, I think I have Klatch before.
You might have Klatch. Klatch used to have a cafe in San Francisco.
Okay, that probably is it then.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna put 3 on the go, at the office, at the cafe, at home. That's literally everything. I do actually brew most of these, but yeah, pour over, espresso. I'll just.
I mean, we got the Supreme Mocha Master.
Supreme Mocha Master.
Bean to cup machine. I think that's a little bit biased on your end.
Yeah, I'm biased, but yeah, national. I do go to Starbucks at times.
I do too.
Specialty coffee shop.
Local cafe? Oh no, not really. No.
My favorite drink is pour over.
Yeah,
I'm just put pour over.
I'm kind of in there too. Just black. Yep, just black.
Yeah.
Which of the following best describes what kind of coffee
I just put bright. Do you like juicy? I like sweet too. I like all of the top 4.
I don't know. Like I've been bouncing.
I also
around.
like floral.
I've been mostly bouncing around because I've been trying so many different coffees and I've never really had the same bean twice. it's been like there's been coffees that are super juicy, but I can't drink it every day. That's the thing. Like there's so many like nice coffees, but I can't see myself drinking it every day.
Let's just put fruity.
Yeah.
I'll be fruity. How strong do you like your coffee? Very strong, somewhat strong. This is like, I think, like perception of like strength. You know, like dark roasts feel bolder.
I'm gonna say with like medium. Like a medium to like light-ish.
And what is your roast level?
Light.
Okay, I put light. Oh, well, they also have Nordic.
That's like green. Nordic is fucking green.
I like Nordic.
That's just green.
I'll compromise here and I'll put light because we're doing a double submission.
But is this American light or is this like...
It's probably like, yeah, just say like American light. I mean, yeah, obviously it's American light because they have Nordic.
Okay. So we'll say Nordic?
No. Just say light. Okay.
How much caffeine do you like in your coffee?
Full.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I don't... It doesn't matter.
And then how would you rate your own coffee expertise? Are you a novice?
Wait. It's
one
going from
1 to 10. 1 is a novice and 10 is coffee expert. I'm a coffee expert, I think. Methinks.
I think it sits somewhere in the realms of like 6 to 7.
Okay.
Like I want to say I'm like...
If we're submitting it, we'll average it up.
Yeah, so like 8.
I'll just put 8. I'm a noob. I don't know what I'm doing.
Because like I want to say I'm above average.
Yeah, no, you're definitely above average. Like 100% above average.
Wow, thanks. That means a lot to me.
Well, dude, yeah, 100% above 1. You're noob. You're 2. Okay. Coffee A, roasted by Clatch.
That was low bitterness, low acidity. So we did 2-2.
2. Personal preference, I'll just put 3.
Yeah, it's about average.
Howl.
High bitter.
I put 4 as bitter.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And low acidity.
Low.
Literally no.
Like no
it has
acidity.
no acidity,
Yeah,
which
no
is like,
acidity
to be honest, pretty impressive.
I'll just put 2.
Yeah,
low.
I'm not the biggest fan.
C, roasted by Equator. Bitter, I put
high.
5.
Yeah.
Acidity was like
3 or 2.
2?
3 or 2.
Because we put Howl as 1, so I'll put this as 2.
No, but it had that like bitterness that like peaked inside of it, which is why I gave it a 3.
Okay. Yeah, high bitter, high acidity. Personal preference, I just put 1.
No,
I
yeah, 1.
really dislike it. D, low bitter,
High acidity.
high acidity. I just put 5.
It's the preference.
Between A, B, and C, which one did you prefer?
A, B, and C. A.
A.
Yep.
I actually also really like B. I don't know. Between A and D. D.
Yes.
D.
Favorite overall? D, yeah.
D. Okay. I primarily work from home. In total, how much money do you spend on coffee in a month? I'm just about over 100.
What if it's all free?
It's all free.
It's all
just
free.
Take all of our coffee.
It's just all free.
Why do you drink coffee? It tastes good. I need the caffeine. I need the ritual. It makes me go to the bathroom.
That is a true
let's
statement
check
for some
everything.
people.
Do you like the taste of coffee? Yes.
Yes.
Do you know where your coffee comes from? Yes. What is the most you've ever paid for a cup of coffee? I have paid... Oh, you've paid more than me.
Oh, no, I've
right?
paid a lot.
You've paid more than me because you went to Japan.
Yeah, I think for a single cup...
More than 20?
Yeah, more than 20.
More than 20.
More than 20.
What is the most you'd ever be willing to pay for a cup of coffee? More than 20, if it's really, really good. I think my peak is probably 22. I think I've paid 22 before.
I think the...
Do you feel like you're getting good value when you're buying coffee from a cafe? Yes or no? This is a hard question.
Yeah, because it definitely depends on, like...
Which cafe?
What cafe, how they're brewing, like, if you know that they're actually doing things properly. Because there's definitely cafes that are, like, just giving you fuck-off expensive beans.
Yeah, and then they roast them themselves, and then you get charcoal, or they don't brew it correctly. I'll just put yes. Like, yeah, I do think... Because I've had really great experiences at Say and Proud Mary and
exactly
Onyx. Like, yeah, all of those are been great. How much have you spent on coffee equipment in the past 5 years?
I actually haven't spent that much.
In the past 5 years?
Oh yeah, it's over 1,000.
Yeah. Oh, easily. Easy over 1,000. Yeah. You haven't spent that much in this month. To be specific. Do you feel like you're getting good value for your money with regards to your coffee equipment? Yeah, definitely.
That ode's been around for a long time.
I am male. I'm single.
Single origin.
Single origin.
origin.
I'm single origin right now. Education level, I have a bachelor's. I'm Asian. I am employed full time. I have 0 children. But yeah, that was the taste test. It's just like, it was a lot of fun to do this. It was really fun to watch this on the live stream. I mean, we were just driving in the car, so we can't, we couldn't make this here because we had to go to another event. We definitely have our preferences, and we are coffee enthusiasts here, and we brew a lot of really nice coffee at home. So obviously our personal preferences are very skewed. I mean, I definitely see the case for B and C of what people really like. I think this would be like the first coffee you would ever enjoy, right? If you wanted to elevate and taste like some of these more specialty coffee roasts. B is like if you're working up the ladder and you're like, oh, we're trying to bring a little bit more acidity in.
You mean A?
Well, even this one, because this is like dark, right? So we're going from like dark to dark with a little bit of acidity.
Well, because like,
or maybe it's the other way.
Because what I see is like, if you go like the average American, they making like their mocha pot coffee. This is a very like traditional. That's why like this is diner coffee. This is a flavor that is like very common that you would
people get sourness with it, but maybe I'm just out of the loop, man.
Because like this is like. If, like I said, if I go to an American diner, like breakfast diner,
Alice's,
not even like you could go to like some brunch place and you say I want some like coffee, and they have like their industrial mocha master essentially, and it's this. This is just slightly more intense because it's like very concentrated, so you have more flavor. This one is like what you would kind of elevate to, because like now you're like picking out a specific flavor and like super chocolatey. This is like not really chocolatey in my opinion, and then it would go into here, where you're starting to now like giving up some of that chocolatiness for like different sweeter notes. Yeah. And I think that's like the transition period of like getting into specialty coffee. Like this to this is like a pretty seamless transition for most people. Like I don't think most people would actually pick up on this.
Yeah, I see. I was thinking the other way, which is you're like full bitter and then we bring in acidity. But I can see either way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like
I've had really great I've had Equator coffees with like high acidity. So
but it's like
it's interesting.
It's like when we were at the event yesterday, and that couple that like was there too, and they were like, we're like starting to explore light coffees because we only drink dark roast or something.
That makes sense.
And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, because like most people will come from dark roast just because that's what they're used to. That's what they grew up with.
It does make sense now that they ask some of these questions. It's like, oh, of A, B, C, which one do you prefer? And then A and D, which one do you prefer? Because I think these are probably all within like, dark to medium. And then this is definitely like the light one. And then they're like, oh, well, of like medium light to light, what is the preference?
This is also very unscientific, but there is light coming through some of them. And it's like, this is like lighter, dark, I can't see through it. It's like wine, and then that one's light. So
you can see the colors.
You can like kind of see like how dark some of these get. Like there's light coming through, there's some light coming through, there's like also some light coming through there, and then this guy is
this is clearly the lightest
like
looking
dark like
visually.
Dark like your soul.
But no, this is a lot of fun, and I'm really curious what they're gonna do when it comes to the data of this, because there are thousands of people who submitted preferences. I'm not going to be surprised if most people lean towards one of these two. I think I was looking at the chat and it looked like a lot of people like this one. So I'm not surprised. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all.
It's just traditional coffee.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks for us enthusiasts.
Yeah,
but like
I
majority wins.
I think this is going to be the most enthusiast picked one. D here. I actually, honestly, like if I were to really rank my preferences, I think like D is my favorite. And I actually really like this one because this was just a smooth cup. Yes, it's darker, but it's just smooth. These two coffees pair really well together. These are kind of just like in-betweeners, and it's like this isn't one direction, and I like contrasting experiences. So I think like having these two coffees would be really great. Like your daily drinker, it's all chocolate, and then your fun coffee. But yeah, that's the Cometeer. Yeah, so that is the Great American Taste Test. Thank you, everyone, for spending time to watch the video. I hope everyone had a lot of fun with doing this. Also want to thank Alex from Cometeer for reaching out. And, I hang out with Alex whenever I see him in real life. And, yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks, everyone. You can also make lattes and stuff with it because it's concentrate.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, I think this in a latte would be so good. Yeah, like an iced latte with this. Honestly, these three in iced latte form would be really good. And then this in like an iced Americano would be fantastic. Yeah, because that tropical fruit, like the yellow fruit,
if you do this over ice, that would be like super aromatic and fruity.
Yeah, but if you went to some guy's house and he served you that, not bad.
Yeah, I'd be okay
like
with that.
actually amazing. Yeah.
Well, I'd rather have that than someone pulling out the mocha master
or like the instant coffee,
scooping their instant coffee.
Yeah.
This fruit, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Like, considering it's from a capsule and it's just frozen, like, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I mean, you've never had Cometeer before, right?
I've never had Cometeer
Yeah.
before. The capsule system could be a little bit better, I think.
Oh, yeah. Because we did pre-melt them.
Yeah, we did pre-melt them, but, like, there has to be a better way, right? Like, maybe like an inverted pop thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like hard to
you
peel
can
off.
also see like it's peeling down there, so we're trying to rip it, and it like creates a line straight through the middle, and it does that.
Yeah.
And then like just because it's a metal capsule, I guess.
Oh, yeah, and then it's like a puck.
Yeah, so it's like a puck.
Mhm.
So like maybe if it was in like a bowl shape thing, you could like invert it, just like pop it out into your glasses.
Yeah.
So that might work a lot better in terms
Yeah,
of just, like,
but so
workflow.
yeah. Also, I think these are designed to so you can put in like a Keurig though.
Yeah.
So it does get punctured. So I think it's like it's hard to like design for
So
both.
can you put these in Keurig machines?
Yeah, you can. You're like now thinking about buying them.
That's pretty impressive. Like the fact that you could put it into a Keurig machine and actually have like good. Wait, do you have to defrost them?
Yeah, but you just like run it under the sink for like 2 minutes. You know, like
and then you just send it through the Keurig machine, right?
The thing that you can also do is you can bring these onto the plane. So you can also
But like frozen, right?
Yeah. So I brought these when I was in New York and I saw the Cometeer team. They gave me Cometeer and it was frozen, and I brought it to JFK, and I actually was able to enjoy it on the flight back to California.
Interesting. So you just like ask for hot water on the plane.
You're right. Yeah, you can then drink these coffees on the plane. It's pretty cool. Dude, we've just plugged Cometeer for the last part of this video. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. See you guys.